Rodents. You're making noise. It's okay, I'm not going to hold it against you. You're cute. Hey there, welcome and thank you for coming to an episode of Feral's Blind Reactions where I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave. Actually, it's not quite that. I'm speaking to you from beyond UK PonyCon where at the initial release of this video I will be presumably having the time of my life. In the spirit of full disclosure, today's episode is not an entirely blind reaction. I have had it a little bit spoiled for me because I have been told that I'm going to love it. Other than that, I know nothing as usual, so let's get to it and watch Once Upon a Zeppelin together. Okay, deafening loud. Adjust the volume. There we go, much better. Oh, it's alright, Spike has spares. And gas. Okay, Twilight, why do you still look surprised by this? You know, he does this.
It's from my parents. Spike,
Ooh.
They want a Zeppelin cruise and get to take the whole family.
Aww.
Oh.
What?
I wish I had time to go with them. But there's just too many princess duties I have to take care of.
You're a princess. Shirk your duties if you feel like it.
Even Princess Celestia takes a break sometimes, and she raises the sun.
Yeah, to be fair, other than, you know, actually we can't say that she doesn't do anything nowadays, can we? Because we've actually seen that her day is full and tiring, so...
I can't just leave you here to do all that work.
What? I can't hear you. You're on vacation.
Yeah, she is a magical princess with the power of everything. Spike, you're sort of skating on wafer thin ice. She could turn you into literally anything. See, the problem with the short intros on this one is I've got nothing to say while the theme tune's going on. So I just kind of have to sit here looking beautiful. It's a tough job. Someone's got to do it.
When your mother says relaxing vacation, she means doing something crazy. Last time she ended up bungee jumping over Luna Bay.
Seriously? Wow, Twilight's mom's an adrenaline junkie. Awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to get on this Zeppelin and fly like a Pegasus.
Really? I remember you getting airsick on Admiral Fairweather's wild ride at
I
Pony
honestly
Island.
thought she was going to flash her wings out then and just say, really? I've done it.
I hope you ponies feel welcomed aboard, because you are!
Sorry, an Iron Will Zeppelin ride. And I'm sorry, but Iron Will reminds me so much of Mr. High Five Flexington Torg.
I'm Torg, and I'm here to ask you one question, and one question only. Explosions?
Okay, that tiny horse got the use of wings very quickly.
I just wish I could remember what contest we won.
Wait, you
Oh,
don't know
what?
where this prize came from?
Oh,
When
no,
some pony
it's
offers you a
scam
free
thing.
vacation, you just sign the paperwork and don't ask questions.
No! You don't!
Dad, you're easy. Bingo
So-
competition right here.
So,
Oh, I just love how the
apparently
numbers and
Dad's
letters
the boring
are
one.
organized in their little boxes. It's so satisfying.
Okay, so now we know where she gets that from.
Aw, sis, only you would remember I love tiny things.
And Cadence, there's a Pee-wee Princess playtime
I
here
don't
that
know.
Flurry's gonna love.
So,
Oh, wonderful.
hang on, there's 3 alicorns in that family. This is getting a little bit OP. They could be ruling the world by now.
The one thing I want to do. Our ship passes the frozen north at sunset, which is the only time you can see the astrological phenomenon known as the northern stars. It's like the stars are shooting out of the setting sun.
Yes, but, you know, you're probably not going to get to do any of that because this is a scam. You've won a competition that you didn't enter. This is smacking of scam a little bit.
I'm flying.
Flying.
Oh,
Far to our right, you can just make out the white tufts of Cloudsdale, where Princess Twilight Sparkle once toured the weather factory.
How do you know that? And why announce it on a cruise?
this... Okay, they're the attraction, aren't they? Everyone else has paid to see them. Okay, this is getting a little creepy.
We just wanted to say how excited we are to be here.
Oh, no, with the spit and the face. Oh.
Of course you can take our picture.
Wow, okay. Were they in on this? Hang on, were they in on this?
Wow.
Um... That was
me,
nightmare
sir.
fuel.
I want you to blow up the ocean! You can call Iron Will Iron Will.
Well, there we go.
The assertiveness seminar market dried up, so Iron Will started a new career, organizing themed vacation packages.
Well, of course the talks dried up. I mean, his confidence was going to have taken a hit from his first failure.
Iron Will outlined all the details of the cruise in the prize acceptance and consent form that you signed.
Which they didn't question, just signed on the dotted line.
When some pony offers you a free vacation, who reads the fine print?
Someone with sense? I mean, I'm sorry, but I have no idea how someone so gullible could have a child as intelligent as Twilight.
I love you, Princess!
Oh my god, I wish they'd stop doing that.
Much as I want a family vacation, I don't think I could entertain all these cruise ponies. My hooves are pretty full taking care of Flurry Heart.
So it's all going to be down on Twilight again.
If I agree to do whatever princess activities you want, will you promise that my family gets to do the activities they want?
So, you're going to take on everything you want to do? Okay, is she going to have to miss out on the one thing she wants to do, or is there going to be some way that she's going to end up actually doing it? Or
Twilight has a deal.
oh, yeah, do not injure the alicorn. She could turn you inside out with a sneeze.
All right, cruise ponies. When the Zeppelin flies, it's time for a prize.
Well, her mum still seems to be enjoying this, so...
Thank you all for being so gracious and respectful to me and my family.
No autographs, no paps, no pictures. I'm just a normal pony, really.
Congratulations to Star Tracker, who wins the grand prize, spending the day with Twilight.
Okay, now, while we're on the subject of just agreeing to things without knowing what they are, she agreed to do this without knowing what it would entail. So, moral of this episode, read the fine print. Know what you're getting yourself into.
What did you say?
He said to give it a whirl.
Oh, thanks.
I sense much disturbing.
Can any pony tell me how my dad is doing?
Yeah, he said the Princess Bingo is great. Twilight is my favorite time of day. It's also your name. Just thought that was cool.
I get the feeling some pony going overboard any minute.
Are you sure you're not airsick, big brother?
No way.
Okay, he's been holding on to that for a while.
I'm in the water, so it totally cancels out.
Plus, though, you know, Zeppelins, aren't they supposed to be a smoother flight so you don't really feel anything? You know, you just kind of feel like you're on solid ground. As long as you don't look over the edge, you're probably not going to get travel sick. Oh, God, it's still wearing the mask. Pony stacking! Sorry, that's... I go to a meet pretty regularly, and one of the things that happens there is pony stacking, where you just kind of stack your little model ponies on top of each other and so you can build the biggest tower before it falls over. We've actually had some quite impressive towers.
Theme photo shoots are the best.
And then do a quick question and answer session on becoming an alicorn before Mom's barrel ride at Niagara Falls.
So she's basically... she is her own convention here.
Are you sure
again.
you don't mind doing all of these princess activities?
Mind? What?
Oh, she's doing it for you. Even if she did mind, she wouldn't say. Okay, she's going to need a vacation after this vacation.
We waited as long as we could.
Surely they
Maybe
could
you
just-
should take a break from these princess things.
Yeah. Apart from anything else, actually, yes, she's a princess. They will extend the time limit for her. Just go again.
It's a totally successful vacation.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see those northern stars.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm really kind of empathizing and sympathizing here because I am the sort of person who will do the sort of things that everyone else wants to do and just do any favor that anyone asks me because I don't want to say no and I just want everyone to be happy and... Hey. Okay, well, I've never had to do any to do any autographs or anything, so...
How long have you been waiting?
I'm getting a very
What time is it?
unpleasant vibe from here. Oh, no, she... Oh, see, there I was kind of expecting that my second guess of, you know, she put her hoof down and get to do it with her family.
We're sure you're making a whole bunch of cruise ponies happy.
I'm so happy I could
Yeah,
cry.
but look look!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the cruise ponies
now
are
she's
happy.
getting angry.
My family is happy. Even Iron Will is happy.
Guess who isn't?
You know who isn't happy? Me!
I don't blame them, it's not them.
My
Oh
hook!
dear.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
there's a lawsuit.
But maybe that wouldn't have happened if you weren't practically standing on my tail.
Didn't we kind of learn this lesson and all bottled up?
I only made that deal with Iron Will so my family and the cruise ponies could have the vacation they wanted. I just want every pony to be
Yeah,
happy.
when you're a pony like that, just wanted everyone to be happy, and I very much know that feeling.
You will always have obligations as a princess, but you also have an obligation to yourself.
Oh, this may be something I'm gonna have to take to heart.
If I felt like you were standing too close, I should have said something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not always that easy. Does that mean she owns him now or something?
I'm just a pony too, after all.
Kinda not. You're in the public view now. You don't really get to be just a pony anymore.
Satisfaction not guaranteed. No refund!
Okay, Right, so he was wearing a parachute then, okay. Who's flying the blimp? He was the one piloting it. Are we looking to some sort of Hindenburg situation into the highest tower of Canterlot Castle now?
I am not air. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not feeling great.
Green is not your colour. Well, that was a fun episode, and it was kind of another dig at the fandom in a way, really, because that was kind of Princess Con going on right there, and I imagine that any of the guests who do end up at these cons might not want to be followed around all the time. I mean, not me, of course. I mean, if I was a guest at one of these cons, I would want everyone all over me all the time. That's almost certainly a lie, but at least I'll probably never be famous enough to actually put it to the test. But other than that, the actual real-world transferable lesson would, of course, be about occasionally you've got to put yourself first. I mean, obviously, for everyone who's already putting themselves first all the time anyway, well, yeah, maybe not such a transferable lesson, but I'm sure we've had a few about, the whole I'm not the big I am thing, so we'll leave that for another day. But sometimes it's not that easy. I mean, as I say, I can speak from experience because I am the sort of person who will basically do any favours anyone asks for me. I mean, I've helped paint houses, do gardens, given lifts when I didn't have the time to, and it's not easy to say no when you don't want to disappoint anyone. Yeah, okay, I mean, a lot of the time that's an anxiety thing. We know Twilight suffers with anxiety. We've seen it in other episodes. I mean, alright, she may be dealing with it with a but that's not a guaranteed fix. That'll help ease a panic attack when it's coming, but you still suffer from anxiety no matter what. It's learning to deal through with it. So if you get the feeling that you're going to have a panic attack if you say no to someone when they ask you to do a favour, it can get a little difficult to say no and just do what you want to do. I mean, I'm not saying don't do favours. Doing favours is a good thing, but when you've planned something else to do for a day and someone says, will you help me paint my shed? And you're thinking, right, well, I could go and help you paint your shed, or I could do what I already had planned, and you will end up cancelling your own plans, whatever they were. They could be something that you've been looking forward to for years, and you will say, right, okay, well, never mind, I won't do what I wanted to do, I'll go and help you paint your shed. And that's even in a situation where if you had said no, all they'd have done is gone and asked someone else anyway. They'd have said, oh, sorry, right, okay, you're busy, I'll go and ask someone else if they can help me with it. So, I mean, this kind of did hit home for me, and maybe it is something I need to learn, because I don't like feeling like I've disappointed people, even when it means I'll be putting myself out or doing something I really, really don't want to do. So for someone like me in particular, yeah, this is kind of a lesson that I need to learn. So if you see me in a few months, weeks, years, and you ask me to do something, and I tell you where to go, and I become a complete hay-hole about it, well, you'll know the lesson's worked. And I've gone too far to the other end of the scale. And I've just become one of those selfish jerks who's all me, me, me all the time. It was interesting to find out that Twilight's mum was the adrenaline junkie and her dad is the organised one, where she gets that from, wasn't it? Bungee jumping, going over Niagara Falls in a barrel, which probably killed a lot of non-unicorns. I mean, a unicorn, if they're going over the thing and they decide it's too dangerous, just force field and sploosh and everything's fine. But no, Pegasus in particular, with their hollow light bone, they hit the edge of that barrel on the way down, there's broken wing, and then the barrel hits the water at the bottom, there's broken legs, and that's just going to be nasty. And Shiny, there's no shame in experiencing travel sickness. A lot of people suffer it. I suffer it from time to time. So there's no harm sometimes in saying, pull over, I'm gonna lose my apples. Or in the case of Zeppelin rides, just leaning over the edge and losing your apples. Though be careful where you are when that happens, because the last thing you want to do is redecorate someone's home and garden and possibly head from 1,000 feet up with partly digested apples and corn dogs. But can I please talk about the thing that was sort of slipped in there and the actual really big thing that went on? Read the terms and conditions. Don't just scroll to the bottom and click OK. I know it's 42 pages long and everyone does it, but somewhere in there's going to be something that says they own your soul forever in that kind of thing. So if someone sticks a piece of paper in front of you and says you've won a free vacation, don't just assume that everything's going to be fine, because they're not doing it for you. They're doing it for them. They're doing it for some sort of promotion, or because they're going to gouge you on extras when you're up in the air or something. And the second point there, of course, is if you win a competition you didn't enter, it's probably not as good as it seems. There might be a little bit of an ulterior motive if someone comes up to you and says, oh, by the way, that competition you didn't enter, well, you won! But that is a good point, though, about the terms and conditions. I mean, we assume that just because we are forced to sign them if we want to use software, the software you download, you've got the end-user license agreement, and just because we have to agree to that to use the software, we presume that they're not going to put anything in there that's going to screw us over too badly. Well, sometimes they do. Case in point, certain video streaming services that offer a 30-day trial period, which of course sounds brilliant, because then you sign up to that trial period and you enjoy it and you decide, well, you might not want it, so you say, yeah, I'm going to cancel this, and so you click the cancel buttons and you follow it through, and then you find out that money's still disappearing from your account because you have actually agreed to a payment plan rather than a direct debit or anything like that. I forgot what the actual term they used for it was, but there was an ongoing payment scheme where it was like a direct debit, but it was their discretion whether or not they cancelled it. And this was in the terms and conditions. So everybody would click the cancel button thinking that they'd done it, and then it's, hang on, why have you still taken 10 quid out of my account? And they call them up and say, oh yes, you did agree to it, but we'll get that cancelled when we feel like it. The last I heard, they were actually going to put a stop to that, but I don't know if they have in fact closed down that loophole yet, that because it was called something else, they could do whatever they wanted with it. Ultimately though, the fact is, you agreed to what they're doing. You didn't know what you were agreeing to, but you agreed to it. But nowadays, just because you didn't know what you were agreeing to, that's no defence, because all of these license agreements have on them, I have read and agree to the terms and conditions. So if you click that, you are saying, yes, I know what I'm signing up to, whether or not you actually know what you're signing up to. And they're relying on this because that allows them to slip in these things that say, we cancel at our discretion, not your request. Well, if you've made it this far in today's video and have read and agreed to terms and conditions, type I like bacon in the comments section. If you've got this far in the video and you haven't read terms and agreements but still agree to them anyway, type I like cake in the comments section. If you haven't made it this far in the video, type I don't like cake or bacon in the comments section. And now for the bit that everyone skips because nobody likes supporting a starving artist. Starving is a bit of a laugh with the belly there. But if you liked today's video, then the like button is right there. Go on, you don't lose anything by clicking it. If you didn't like today's video, hit the dislike button and leave a comment telling me why, so I can help to improve my output. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, well, the subscribe button's right there and it only takes a couple of seconds to click it and the bell next to it so you get notifications. Again, you lose nothing. Go on. If you want to go a step further than that and support the channel, well, there are a few ways you can do it now. You can sign up to my Patreon at The Feral Brony. I'll put that on screen right about now. If you don't want to sign up to anything particularly long term, well, you could always buy me a coffee at coffee.com/feralbrony, and that's on the screen right about now. Or if you only want to make a one-off and you want something a little bit more physical for your donation, well, you could always go and buy one of my shirts on Redbubble. That's on screen right about 2 seconds ago, and links to all three of those are in the description. It's not obligatory, as I say, I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I can, but every penny, dollar and pound that you put into my pocket helps me improve the channel and buy bacon and cake. On that note, have any of you actually tried bacon ice cream? It is delicious. A friend of mine made it for me once and it was amazing. The saltiness of the bacon and the sweetness of the... Okay, we're fading out. Okay, right, I haven't got time to talk about bacon ice cream, but I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.